If you think Melissa Barrera gets bloody in the Scream movies, oh boy, you just wait. Let's review Abigail. Abigail stars Melissa Barrera, Dan Stevens, Alicia Weir, and is directed by Matt Bettinelli-Open and Tyler Gillette. What's up, guys? We got a brand new vampire movie by Radio Silence. You know them from Ready or Not and Scream 5 and 6. This definitely is their style of filmmaking, and I love the energetic, frantic nature of their movies. Even though I have like some problems with Scream 5 and 6, their direction is definitely not a problem whatsoever. Okay, I think they are always on the pro side in terms of directing.
This is just a game to her. What can I say? I like playing with my family.
I think they are the best at injecting fun and a lot of blood in their movies. So yeah. So let's give you a quick plot synopsis for Abigail. Like Ready or Not, it is a group of people, in this case, criminals from different walks of life. They don't know each other, and they kidnap this young girl, Abigail. We know that. And then they take her to this other location, this big mansion, and they're basically supposed to keep her there for ransom so they can get paid big money, like $50 million. But what they don't know is that Abigail is not simply just a little girl. She happens to be a ballerina vampire, and they are a fresh batch of prey for her. Look, guys, this movie is an absolute freaking blast for so many reasons. First off, it has great characters. As cliche as that is, every character, they kind of have their own profession. You got like the computer geek in here. You got the cop type character that just knows how to profile people. You know, everybody has their strengths in this movie, Melissa Barrera being no exception. But she seems to be the one with the heart in this. When she finds out that they are kidnapping a young girl, of course she wants the money, but she wants to make sure that the girl isn't harmed in any way. And could that come around to actually help her later in the movie? Maybe, maybe not. What we know in the trailer is that Abigail is a very dangerous vampire, but we don't know how bad she is. And I love that they left that information out. But you also have Dan Stevens, who is the leader of this bunch. He is a former cop, but also he's a big question mark. Really, all the characters are a big question mark. And I think like movies like The Thing, trust is a major factor in this because Abigail loves to toy with her prey. She's not just there to eat them. And by turning them on each other during the process, that just adds much more flavor to the story. So this movie's like a mixture of different things. It's a mixture of, like, you know, paranoia with The Thing. Then you got kind of a slasher feel because you just have victims with a vampire taking them out one by one. And then, of course, it's a vampire movie. But it does have some nice surprises along the way, stuff that you might not have ever seen in vampire movies before. I'm not going to go into that. That's spoiler stuff. But that was one of the really refreshing things about this movie. Also, just surprises in general. The third act, if you think you can guess where this third act goes, think again. I definitely couldn't. You know, I mean, and you could go a very simple, you know, just a vampire picking off the victims one by one, in ballerina style. You could go that route, but you also have a lot of room to play story-wise. And boy, do they. Also, I like that this movie takes time to actually get to know Abigail's past and maybe how old she is, maybe what some of her previous conquests were. Alicia Weir really just kills it in this movie. I mean, this is a child actor. And yeah, there's some great child actors out there, but if you don't really know who the child actor is, then you're kind of a little worried about the performances. Are they going to be able to handle leading a movie like this? And she is a very talented young actress. Has to juggle quite a few different emotions throughout this movie. You're just having a blast watching her do her thing. And boy, does she kill. Oh my God. This movie's bloody as hell. And you know, if you're familiar with Radio Silence, you know that they specialize in that. I mean, there are freaking cement trucks full of blood. You know, I don't know why I said cement trucks, but maybe the housing is big enough to hold the amount of blood that they need for their movies. Now let's talk about Melissa Barrera real quick. I definitely think, given all the controversy that went on previously, she is so good in Abigail, and you just can't help but root for her the whole way. I think she does a great job leading the charge. And I hope and pray that this is just a massive hit, just kind of as a screw you to Spyglass and what they gave up, because I just loved her. You know, the camera loves her too. I'm not going to lie. She is a very, very beautiful woman. God bless her. But also, it's cool that you got two heavyweight female actresses in here too. Katherine Newton, we just got off of Lisa Frankenstein, and she's awesome in that. And if you're worried that Katherine Newton isn't utilized enough in this, you're fine. There's some great stuff for Katherine Newton to chew on in Abigail. And I really had a blast watching her work. You know, and her and Melissa Barrera, they don't step on each other's toes. They don't get in the way. They're two very different characters. And she's really comedic. And also Angus Cloud. I've never seen this guy in anything, but I had to mention him too because he definitely steals every scene that he is in. He plays kind of an idiot. There's a couple of idiots in this movie, and I mean that in the best way. But they're different idiots, right? Maybe that'll be my tagline. Abigail, different idiots. But guys, at the end of the day, this movie is just so fun. It really is such a fun little vampire movie. The vampire subgenre never gets old as long as they keep making it fresh. And boy, is this movie really fresh and bloody, and it introduces some new things into the vampire lore that I don't think I've seen before. And it was just so fun. I loved this movie to death. I'm teetering on Trapped on an Island or a High Purchase Worthy. It's tough. It's tough because really there's nothing bad about this movie. It's perfectly paced. Perfectly paced. I think maybe the final act, some might say that they go maybe a little overboard with the ideas that they have in the final act. Meaning that you could have like stopped at a certain level, but they just kept going. But I didn't have a problem with it, okay? So it's hard for me to, you know what? Fuck it, Trapped on an Island. This movie is fantastic. So fun. And once again, proving that 2024 might be the best year in horror for a long time. And we're not even in May yet. This year is phenomenal for horror. And you get a lot of variety in this year too, because here we have this fun little energetic vampire flick. So guys, get out there, support this movie. Make it huge because it's awesome. Make it huge because to support Melissa Barrera. Had a blast with Abigail. So that's my review. Also, be sure to come over to Kill Flicks where we talk horror all day and every day on Fridays. We do free for Fridays. Follow me at Drumdums on my socials. Support me on Patreon. Become a channel member. Buy me a coffee. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Drumdum out.